Peace and love. Peace and blessings. Peace. Salute to the good family. Um, we are in the building, you guys. I think I'm okay. I got my water. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Sunday so far. Always good to check back in with some of my favorite group of people. Most definitely. I hope that everybody is well. Hope you had a good weekend. If you guys were celebrating the holiday of the 4th yesterday. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed yourselves. Okay. I definitely enjoyed the fight that we got last evening, right? The fight card. Some interesting things I want to get into with you guys today, right? Concerning that card, lots to discuss. Um, let's see who we got in the building, of course. Before we begin, I like to do my salutations to the good family. Let's see who's on deck. Can you guys hear me okay? Get yourself situated up in here. Put some nines in the chat if you guys can hear me well. Let me know that all is audible for you guys. I think I'm looking good on my end for sure, but of course I like to do a check because we don't need any random ass happenings going on up in here. Okay. Let's see who we got in the building so far. Oh my goodness. First on deck is my beautiful sis, Cam in the building. Salute to my beautiful sis. Convos with Cam. She says, my beautiful sis, sending love and light to you always. And she got her hearts and her nines as per usual. Infinite blessings to my beautiful sis, Cam. So lovely to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by, beautiful one. Okay, always brings a smile to my face to see you. She says, peace, salute family and chat, peace and blessings to you always. Isn't she so adorable, you guys? Big love to my sis, Cam. Oh my goodness, hold up. Hold up. My beautiful king is one of the first in the building. I'm quite enamored. Salute to my beautiful king, BFTB, 10 toes down in the building with that wonderful king energy that I love so much. Infinite blessings to my beautiful king. Lovely to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We got the king, Snoopy, Mac in the building as well. He says, Miss Queen Sugar Free, Queen Sugar the boss with the hot sauce all the time and nothing less is on deck. You know I'm stepping with that heat, king. Infinite blessings to you. I hope that you are having a wonderful Sunday and have had a good weekend. Infinite blessings to the king, Snoop. And of course, dream team over everybody. You know what time it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. Speaking of big stepping, we got the king DP Rocka, one of my favorites, one of my original gunners, by the way, is in the building. Infinite blessings to the king DP. Lovely to see you. Who else we got up in here? I'm just scrolling on through, you guys. I see the salutations being passed around, which I love to see. My good family dapping each other up. Oh my goodness, we got my twin, Daryl Anderson, in the building. Daryl, Leo season is upon us. Okay, only a few more weeks to go, twin. And you know we are stepping with that lion energy blazing, king. Salute to my twin. He says, salute to the beautiful queen, aka my twin, Sugar Free. Salute to the rest of the kings and the queens in the chat. Big blessings and salute to my twin Daryl, always big stepping with that wonderful energy. Oh my goodness, speaking of original goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the great Mike, 10 toes in the building. Salute to the great Mike. He says, salute Sugar Free and chat. Blessings to you, king. Lovely to see you as always. You already know what it is. More salutations being passed around as I love to see. Yes. Yes. Thank you, beautiful king. He reminds the good family to share, like, and hit the like button. Absolutely. Share the line and hit the like button. Thank you so much, King. You definitely reminded me because it slipped my mind. Thank you so much for that reminder. Hit the like button, good family, on your way in. Definitely respect the channel. Definitely respect the good family up in here. Hello. Who else we got up in here? We have John Martin, the king, up in here. He gave me a 9 and he says, salute, beautiful queen, Sugar Free. Mars. Keep cooking, and much love, Queen of the truth tellers in these boxing streets. Thank you so much, John, with that wonderful energy that you always have. Lovely to see you once again. Snoopy gave me my 9s. Thank you so much, King. We got the King Bud on deck. Salute to the King Bud. He says, hey, sugar. Blessings to you, King. Lovely to see you. We also got the King Dante. Big stepping. He says, salute to whoever it is that he's giving salutations to. Okay, because I was all up in your business, but I'm going to reverse that and give that to me. I'm taking whoever you gave that salute to and taking it on for myself. Salute to the King Dante. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh my goodness, my big bro, Drew Titan, is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to the King, the Druth, big stepping with us today. Oh, there we go. Salute my sister, SugarFree. There we go. There we go. Because I stole somebody else's from my own, but we okay. You can give him his back, and then I'll take this one. Salute to the King Dante. Oh my goodness, we got my Queen Mama Love in the building. Salute to the Queen Shaquila Fields, aka my Mama Love. She said salute. Beautiful warrior queen. Big hugs to my child of love. Thank you so much, Mama Love. Wonderful to see you. Thank you for gracing the space with your presence and your energy, as you always do. Okay. Who else we got up in here? We got the King 4-ounce Sniper, who gives his salutations and blessings. Thank you so much, 4-ounce. Lovely to see you as well. We got Stephen L. the Mac, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. He says, Queen. Infinite blessings to the King Stephen L. in the building. I appreciate you. Lovely to see you. Oh my goodness. Hold up, you guys. You know I got to put the pause on everything when I see this brother come up in the building. Okay. Salute to my number 1, not the number 2, not the number 3, ladies and gentlemen. My number 1 comrade, the King and the Coach. Hudson himself is up in here, brothers and sisters. Coach of the Truth Tellers. Put some respect on his name. Salute to the King and the Coach Hudson. He says salute to my number 1 comrade, SugarFreeMars, the Queen of boxing media. Feels good being in the ranks with this truth teller. Peace to the chat. Thank you so much, comrade. I appreciate you. Big, big. You already know it's nothing but love and nothing but peace, nothing but respect when it comes to you, King. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you very, very, very much. We got some cooking to do too. I think you're going to enjoy some of the discussion. Oh my goodness. Yes, twin. All right. We are fastly approaching. You already know what time it is. All right. Let's see who else we got up in here, if any. I see a lot of salutations. Oh, we got the King. I don't want to miss anybody. We got the King Dank Father, who joined us this evening. He says the Queen, Sugar Free. Blessings to you. My Mama Love gave me some 9s as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Who is this? Bam? Am I saying your name right? Bam Maro? Salute to you. He says, peace and blessings to Queen Sugar Free, and blessings to the Coach of the Truth Tellers and all the family. Race first. I like that. Infinite blessings, infinite peace to you. Thank you so much. Apologies if I butchered your name. It looks like Bam Maro. By Mara. Infinite blessings to you. Hopefully I said that right. Blessings, blessings on blessings. We got the King D21519 in the building. I had to put a little sauce on that for you. Infinite blessings to the King D in the building. Lovely to see you. Oh my goodness, it's so good seeing the family roll through here, you guys. Oh my goodness, we got the King G McCall. I just simply call him the G because that is what he is. Infinite blessings to the G in the building, who simply says salute, Queen. Blessings to you. We got someone named Al B in the building with us today. He says salute to you, Queen SugarFreeMars. Stop sliding through. Oh, you're stopping to slide through but can't stay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. The thought is felt, King, and appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you. We have Leon in the building. He says salute and gave me a rose. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate the good people. Okay, you guys. As we get settled up in here, hold on. Let me take a sip of this water. And have my peppermint now. Y'all know how I do. Let's see where I want to begin today, good people. Lots to discuss. Okay. A few things I want to do. I kind of want to juxtapose some things for us today. In viewing this conversation, um, because I feel like there is a need to be very, very um, clear at what it is that we are looking at. Yes, twin. Always, always. Thank you, comrade. Definitely press the like button, you guys, and share. Um, yeah, so I want to do some, juxtaposition today for the good family for us to begin to look at some things energetically that we see going on within boxing. Um, and just to get in our purview an idea of what it is and the elements that are at hand as far as the energy is concerned in boxing pertaining to elite Black warriorship, right? Because that's always my focal point. That is always the magnifying glass that I'm using to peer into this sport that we love, right? I'm always looking at Black warriorship. I'm always looking at the expressions of it. In addition to who to look out for and what's going on and whatever current events may be going on at the time. For me, I'm always going to be honing in on and focusing in on valor, the valor of our athletes, the valor of our fighters, and everything concerning and surrounding that. So let's see where I want to start this. First of all, I really like the meme that I did. Of course, it was festive because, of course, the holiday, but even beyond the 4th of July, what this meme really represents for me is Black American warriorship in boxing and, taking that magnifying glass and putting our respect, putting our attention, and putting a fine comb through this particular era. So that's what this really represents to me. Of course, it's playing on the idea that the Masons fought on the 4th of July and stuff like that. But what this really denotes for me is Black American elite warriorship and the prowess and the importance and prominence of its place and presence in boxing, right? And also what I wanted to call out today was Black American fathers in the corners of their sons, and what that dynamic looks like when there is upright guidance and leadership coming from the Black father, right? So these are the kind of things I want to touch on with the good family today and get your thoughts upon. Now, one thing is for certain, good people. Hold on, I got to salute the good family. I want to be better with that because sometimes I go off on my tangent and I don't look at my screen. So while I'm looking at my screen, let me salute the people that's coming up in here. Salute to the king. I am Mystic in the building. Blessings to you. Oh my goodness, did TD come back up in here for a second play? Okay, gang. I think you feeling my cooking, King TD. Last week was the first time he done came back for some seconds. I'm not complaining. I'm not mad. Oh, King TD, lovely to see you once again. He says, hey, what's good, SugarFreeMars? Salute, Queen. Blessings to you, King. Lovely to see you again. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Yes, indeed. He says, I did come back for seconds. You did. And I'm glad you did. Welcome. Okay, let's get into this, people. I think that there's a huge distortion, and I know I'm not alone in this, good family, okay? There is a huge distortion going on, brothers and sisters. Let's just speak plainly, good family, okay? Because we are in the living room today, and we're gonna talk like how we always talk. Honestly, right? With precision, with vision, and, with some foresight and hopefully some resolution as far as how we approach boxing as boxing fans, right? With our cognizance and intelligence wrapped all around this thing, right? So let's get into this. Is that my sister? Hold on, brothers and sisters. Is this that damn beautiful Boxiana, the menace that just rolled on up in here? Like, I wasn't just going to catch that and peep that. Luckily, I didn't turn away from the screen. Salute to the beautiful queen. Boxiana the Menace up in here. She says, your voice is so relaxing, sugar. My Lord. Is it? Thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Lovely to see. She says, I'm always here. Beautiful. I did not know you would be up in here like that. It has been some time since I've seen you, right? Me and Nick J kind of cross paths on Twitter, right? Because she'd be tweeting and sometimes she'd be laughing at some of the tweets that I'd be tweeting and stuff like that. Salute to both of you guys. You guys are so beautiful, so lovely. Thank you so much. That really brought a smile to my face, beautiful Boxiana. Lovely to see you. I hope everything is well with you. You know, I'm always wishing peace and blessings to you and your other half, Nick J. Salute to the queens up in here. Y'all give it up for the ladies up in here, y'all. Okay? Boxiana and Nick J were the first ladies that I came across who did this boxing thing. So I always got to, you know, pass hands with these queens. You know what I mean? They were the only women that I saw really doing this thing. I didn't know any other women who had an interest, especially that were talking about it at the time that I decided to do it. You know, so salute to these beautiful queens who, you know, constantly are pushing the standard for women's commentary in boxing. Blessings to y'all. Okay, you guys. Now, the distortion that I'm talking about, if I could paint the picture really quickly, it's taking place in boxing right now. And to me, brothers and sisters, it's a distortion that sees, for whatever reason or another, which we can run the gamut on, right? It sees that the authoritative, stalwart, and resolute image of Black elite warriorship to be in some type of need of desperately having to be sidestepped in some way. That's the distortion that's going on right now, is that any type of authoritative, resolute image of Black warriorship must be sidestepped or circumvented in some particular type of way. It has to be thwarted or minimized or diminished in some way, brothers and sisters. I know that you know what I'm saying? We touch upon this in myriad ways, right? But here's another angle of it that I want to present to the good family today. So that there is this needing to distort and thwart any type of stalwart image of Black elite warriorship into sport. We got to sidestep it. We got to bypass it. We got to act like it's not there. We can't give it its full credit. We can't give it its just due, maybe just enough shine, right? But we're going to definitely highlight, within the drop of a hat, we will quickly highlight the inanity, the foolishness, and folly in boxing, right? But we will never really pinpoint and hone in on or really shine a glaring light upon Black warriorship to the degree that, or the capacity that we give to inanity in boxing or nonsense in boxing. You understand what I'm saying? So that there is a need by people within the fanship, by entities, which means the corporations and the hi-hats and the promoters or whatever have you, whatever string pullers. We could run the gamut on it, but there are myriad aspects of this sentiment going around where there isn't a desire to highlight the credence of elite warriorship. I talk about elite, not just the people we consider to be popular. You get what I'm saying? But elite Black warriorship, I am speaking about it solely in and of itself. Not the popularity contest, but the warriorship, right? The valor, levels of merit. That isn't highlighted nearly as much as the nonsense is in boxing. And I was looking at that. It was definitely highlighted and crystallized for me upon seeing the Masons at work last evening, brothers and sisters. Okay, there are people that have a preference or a propensity towards clown-ass behavior. They have a propensity towards the clown show, in other words, ladies and gentlemen. Do y'all get where I'm going? So that there's a sense of probity that's missing, ladies and gentlemen. Integrity that's missing in these boxing streets to me. Right? Because it's being shunned, it's being sidestepped, it's being quelled in some way. The probity, the valor, the integrity of the sport is something that people feel like they ought to diminish in order to uphold the fuckery. Y'all feel me? Like some are out here acting as if, this whole thing is just the stage for a charade at all times. If it's not a charade, it's something to turn an eye away from. It's as if boxing has become a parody. Facts or no? It's as if boxing has become a parody, brothers and sisters, a parody of stature, right? They are mimicking what stature ought to be. They are mimicking reputable, honorable images, but they are not standing on it, ladies and gentlemen, right? When in fact, we don't need to make a parody of stature or reputability. We can be that in boxing. These fighters can be that. They can enact that. It's not something that they have to mimic or mock, brothers and sisters. Just stand 10 toes in that shit and represent it. Be the thing. There's no need to parody it if you are about it. You get me? Right? So that we can bypass all of the nonsensical deeds, all of the nonsensical outputs and charades that we have been seeing going on and passed around and presumed to be cute. And we could supplant that instead with actual merit, brothers and sisters. What's going on? Right? We can bypass that and actually have an output within boxing and support an output within these fighters that we really want to stand 10 toes down on, that we really want to rally behind and support. So that, in other words, brothers and sisters, there is no real reason to get behind a charade, to get behind an act, if these fighters are actually displaying and showing levels of valor that is true. So that there's a fixation with artificialism, in other words, ladies and gentlemen. I have no interest in artificialism. I have no interest in the putting on of airs with anything. And it certainly doesn't, defer when I'm talking about boxing. I don't want artificialism in anything that I devote my time to. Give me that unrelenting pressure. Give me that unapologetic warriorship at all times. I don't need that to be filtered or distilled for me. Raw, unadulterated boxing. Raw, unadulterated, unapologetic warriorship, especially from our elite Black fighters at all times. That's how I'm stepping. What we saw last night, brothers and sisters, with the Mason brothers, or as I now call them, the Mason Dynasty, because that is what they are embarking upon. What I saw of those beautiful men last night, ladies and gentlemen, was a refresh, a restart, and a resetting upon what us boxing diehards have been having to deal with as of late. It was a refreshing and a resetting of the energy and the temperature and the tone, brothers and sisters. That is what one ought to do upon entering in that battlefield, ladies and gentlemen. No games being played from that family. I saw severity. I saw seriousness. I saw focus and centeredness, brothers and sisters, from top to goddamn bottom from that family. You understand me? I saw grown man energy in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about it a little. Let's talk about it and go there, brothers and sisters. Masculine authority is what I saw last evening from the Mason family. Masculine authority. And I highlight and specify the word masculine, because it's a lot of hoe ass, sassy ass, motherfucking chatty patty ass goddamn energy that has been too pervasive in this sport, as we know. A lot of sassy ass goddamn behavior. And I am sick of it. So that we had a resetting on the energy. We had a reintroduction of warriorship into the fold, ladies and gentlemen, which was much, much needed. Seems to be only a very few minuscule number of real ones out here in the building on this type of time. So yes, we got a refresh and a restart. Very much needed from the Mason brothers, from the entire Mason crew. Okay? Now, those damn Mason boys, beautiful people, okay? Those beautiful, now I want to get a little bit into the card, okay? Those beautiful young lions, ladies and gentlemen, are some of my absolute favorite in the sport, okay? Those three young princes fought on their homecoming card, the very first one, okay? Brother Abdullah, the young Prince Abdullah headline, and his brothers follow suit. You understand me? Representing that bloodline, representing that masculine energy, 10 toes, representing the king, their father, valiant Mason. Okay? And his name is so fitting because he definitely raised valiant young princes, brothers and sisters. And he is himself a man of valiance. So his name is definitely fitting. Now, those three young princes fought on their homecoming card, and they had all of their Ohioans come out and show hella love to those brothers. I think it was something like 9,000 plus people in attendance, ladies and gentlemen. This is their first run. And they packed that house out, crowd on their feet in absolute support of those beautiful brothers. Okay, it was wonderful to see that. Wonderful to see that, especially, you know, a majoritively Black audience, Black boxing fans in support of their brothers. What? Absolutely beautiful, ladies and gentlemen, right? And each of those brothers prevailed in battle. Every last one of them came out with a victory, ladies and gentlemen. What a beautiful showing. What a beautiful showing. Okay? And honestly, I'm going to keep it a buck. For me, the Mason brothers were the best part of the night. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing about no goddamn Tigger Johnson. Yes, I said Tigger. Okay? You can get his ass the fuck up out of here. Right? And Scooter, you know what I'm saying? He managed to get that victory. You know what I'm saying? That shaky victory. It was what it was there. I'm not really sold on him. I mean, I like him, but I think he has far much more work to do. And of course, the disappointing, strange turn of events concerning Shushu Carrington, right? But they managed to grab their victories as well. So, you know, salute to them on that, right? But I think the prowess, right, that we all assumed, at least, and not, I can't say for Tigger, but definitely for Scooter and Shushu, right? That there was definitely Shushu at the helm of that, right? Because he's the most notable one. But there was a expectation or an assumption around Scooter and Shushu. And I think a lot of new developments were definitely exposed last evening. And it had me questioning if Shushu is really ready for the likes of Anyway, because that's the fight that I am most interested in for Shushu at this particular point. So definitely raise some eyebrows as far as, you know, what the prospective fight might look like should he ever get in there with Anyway. And yeah, a lot of questions there. But definitely the Mason brothers were the best part of the night, and as they should have been. This was their card. This was their homecoming. Their family name was on the banner, you know, and they all showed out beautifully and did what it was that they had to do, right? Let me just mention this, brothers and sisters. That damn goddamn Ibrahim and Abdullah, ladies and gentlemen, they were my two favorites of the night, right? First of all, that daggone Ibrahim Mason is a filthy, grimy menace. Do you hear me? That damn young man is a mean motherfucker. Did you see that boy in that ring? Oh my God. He is a mean, fierce, patient killer. That's the one you got to really be wary of, ladies and gentlemen. They're mean and stuff like that, but when they have patience to balance that, to kind of, you know what I'm saying? They're mean as fuck, and they got the goal to be a sniper with the patience. and the precision and the aggression. Child. Ibrahim. I was like, yes, he looked absolutely beautiful to me in that ring last night. I cannot wait to see what's on the horizon for him for sure. Oh man, he was definitely impressive. Very, very impressive in that ring. What a beautiful warrior he is. He got the brother, that dude out there in the second round. I want to say, yeah, that was the second round. Second round knockout. And he dropped the motherfucker goddamn 4 times. So it's like, damn, not only did he get an early ass damn stoppage, you know what I mean? But before that, he dropping that man on the canvas. That man should have built a home on that damn canvas. That's how, familiar he was getting with hitting that damn flow. I was like, well, bring the man's fucking couch and his slippers to this motherfucking canvas so he can make himself even more goddamn comfortable. Shit. He put that man down 4 times, you guys. I'm like, my goodness, he's definitely a problem. Definitely a young lion. I cannot wait to see as his competition level raises, what it is and that he's going to bring and what his dimensions are, right? Because he is only 20 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Ibrahim. Wonderful, wonderful aggression, wonderful controlled aura that he has. He's very serious. Yes, I could definitely see an unimaginable level of growth on his horizon. He is replete with potential, brothers and sisters. Absolutely beautiful. And it just put a stamp on how much the Mason dynasty is coming to rule and seeing all 3 of them perform. The Mason motherfucking dynasty, brothers and sisters, is coming to rule. That's what they're going to do. That's what they are setting out upon. And that's absolutely what I see along their trajectory. Beautiful, beautiful family of warriors. Trust and believe me when I say that those young men are on their way to ruling boxing. Okay. And I doubt that it will take them that long. That damn Ibrahim drove me crazy last night. The damn, I even like, I always forget how to pronounce his name. Abdullah Rahman. I believe that's how you say it. Abdul Rahman is his name. And of course, the young prince, Abdullah. So yeah, wonderful to see that. I think it goes without saying, as far as the Prince Abdullah is concerned, that this young brother is well on his way to prominence in the sport. Okay. Already had his 2nd title defense, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful, wonderful job. Okay. Young Prince Abdullah is hands down my favorite fighter, right? He and Devin Haney. So I got he and Devin are like my number 1 and my number 2. Okay. Devin is Young King, and then I got Young Prince. Everybody else is after that. Everybody else, I can put them wherever I want, but I know my number 1 and number 2 is that damn Young King Devin and the Young Prince Abdullah for sure. Okay. Like I said, it was wonderful to see the Young Prince have his 2nd defense of his world title. Okay. He defended it 2 times, ladies and gentlemen. That's wonderful. And that's more than a lot of these motherfuckers can say that are holding straps right now. Okay. Or have held straps within the past 6 months or so. So young Abdullah is definitely standing 10 toes with it, like a warrior should, right? He is defending turf. 2 title defenses, brothers and sisters. Okay. He has not had this belt for 10 years. He just won this damn belt, and he already has 2 defenses of his turf, of his territory. Successful defenses, right? We got suckers out here holding on for dear life onto these straps, and they scared to death to defend their territory. And here the young Prince Abdullah is, brothers and sisters. Make that make sense. You got goddamn the shook one Stevenson, aka Hot Girl Summer Stevenson, right? Not knowing what the fuck he's doing at goddamn 140. Calling his waist the smallest thing on the damn planet. He's too small for this. He's too small for that. All types of excuses. Holding up an entire goddamn division over there at 140. Not doing shit. Not defending shit. Okay? We got chumps out here being stripped of their straps because they can't be damn professional. ADD goddamn Davis. Okay? What is going on? Both he and the shook one Stevenson know about that getting stripped very well on the scales. Right? And here we got the young Prince already having 2 successful defenses of his strap. while these niggas are out here having a history of being stripped of them. Ain't that some shit? Y'all better put some respect on the young Prince Abdullah's name. Most certainly and most definitely, because it's old. Now, Albert Bell, right? Of course, as we know, was a last-minute replacement, ladies and gentlemen, for the young Prince. Okay? He was only given a few days notice before being alerted that, he would no longer be fighting Cordina and that he would instead be fighting a close friend of his, of course, which is Albert Bell. Okay? Few days notice. And he had to prepare for that so that his entire training camp was absolutely pretty much jettisoned, brothers and sisters. It was scrapped. It was abandoned completely. Who he had been training for all of these weeks, all of a sudden became obsolete, null and void. And here he is within short time span having to prepare his mind and prepare for battle for a whole new individual, right? So that we know that tends to happen in boxing. Okay, but on such a large stage for Abdullah, this just heightens the stakes. Okay, very, very much so for the young Prince, and the way he handled that was absolutely commendable and wonderful and honorable. He did a wonderful job considering, the pressure of the last minute changes, and of course, all the additional pressures that come along with him having his first headlining, homecoming, so forth and so on. Okay. So that also, brothers and sisters, like I said, it's no secret that he and Bell have not only been long affiliated with each other, in the gym as sparring partners or what have you, but they are also very close friends. Their families are pretty much intertwined, very, very close ties to each other. So that this young Prince didn't pout and he didn't cry about it, right? Upon learning what he did, he and his dynasty adjusted to the unexpected and made it work absolutely in their favor. This is warriorship, ladies and gentlemen. You get what I'm saying? Can we get a goddamn round of applause for that Black King, that father, Valiant Mason, ladies and gentlemen? What? That man was beautiful last night giving guidance. Did you see that man working? Right? That father was in there working. 3 separate battles. All of them victoriously won. Victorious. Okay? That man is a ferocious father. He is a fierce trainer and a dedicated general, brothers and sisters. What? Dedicated general in that corner. Did you hear that man coaching, for example, Abdullah Mason, when he had to speak life over that man and says, yo, get in there and do that. Get in there and do that. That was a battle cry that he gave to the young Prince that ultimately had him go in there and turn the entire fight on its head. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work. That man is nothing but fire when he is in battle mode. It was lovely to see the generalship of the father, Valiant Mason, guiding his warriors, right? We definitely see that clear, fiery, killer, lionheart energy. We see where those boys get it from because damn, that father Mason was in there. Ooh, the way he was talking, I was charged up. That shit was spiritual, brothers and sisters. I love the corner work that he was given. I was like, yes, absolutely yes. I loved watching him spark that flame in Abdullah in that corner. Big shout out to the king of the dynasty, Valiant Mason. Wonderful, wonderful coaching, wonderful guidance, wonderful generalship from him. His prowess had every one of his sons walk out victoriously. That cannot be stated enough, ladies and gentlemen. Salute to that brother. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful brother. Excellent work. And you know what? Boxing needs the Mason dynasty, ladies and gentlemen. Boxing needs the Mason dynasty, right? And those of that particular cloth. This sport is in desperate need of balance, desperate need of equipoise, probity, and cogency, ladies and gentlemen. We need that. We absolutely need more of that. Okay? Seeing these brothers at work last night seems to have crystallized that even further for me in viewing how they work, in viewing their togetherness, in viewing that focus, right? That dedication. And of course, the will and the desire to win ferociously and unrelentingly. We need that energy from these Black warriors, brothers and sisters. What's going on? That was crystallized even more last night because of all the fucking fuckery we've been dealing with. All the sassy ass energy out here. Juvenility left, juvenility right. It's like, what the fuck? Everywhere I go, everybody's on some bullshit. What is this childishness? Once again, highlighting the masculine energy, the grown man energy out here. And crazy enough, the Masons are younger than every one of your motherfucking sassy ass favorites out here. These niggas that be fucking fanboyed out. Much younger than them. And here they are with the severity and the ironclad mentality that has them looking like actual champions, actual warriors out here. Early 20s. What's going on? They are representing properly, uprightly. That was totally crystallized for me last night in seeing them. I could not help but juxtapose, in my mind, these particular types of differences. We have been inundated with all types of nonsensical, parodical, unavailing levels of juvenility, brothers and sisters, imbecility. Facts or no? Right? We can't turn to the fucking right without seeing the whole goddamn landscape. Turn to the left without seeing the whole landscape, replete with inanity and fuckery and foolishness from these fighters that we've considered to be of note. Of note. What a breath of goddamn fresh air we got last night, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, damn, can we see somebody actually about that? You know what I mean? We got a nice treat with Boots Ennis, Bozy Ennis, another, Black warriorship, father, son. You know what I mean? We got a nice treat with that. Then we had to deal with a whole week of nonsense between goddamn Purple Pain Davis, E.T. goddamn Hot Girl Summer Stevenson, A.D.D. Davis, and a goddamn it's like, what's going on? Now we got another refresh. Before I guess we have to go back into a whole fucking pool of nonsense again. And watching these things develop, with these other fighters out here on this fucking sassy ass, clout chasing ass, fruitless ass energy. Crazy work to me. The Shook One Stevenson is the most sassiest ass, and we'll get to his ass a little bit later, but he is the sassiest nigga on the goddamn planet in boxing. Sassy time that this man has been on. ADD, you got his ass out here fearing for his life as well, right? Trying to swindle his way out of this collision with the young King Devin, even though he is the mandatory, brothers and sisters. How the fuck do you finagle your way out of a mandatory slot? You tell me. But this nigga's working on him and that old slick beard jive turkey, right? Looking for the goddamn exit, brothers and sisters, already. And they were the ones that fucking put Shakur there in the mandatory slot. Now they trying to haul ass away from the slot. What is this? Then turn around, motherfucking Purple Bane Davis is out here with his goddamn delusions, thinking that, I don't know, we fucking traveled back in time to goddamn 2022 or 2023, where he was actually on top of shit. I think he thought, I don't know, he time traveled back in time or something, thinking that he's still the man. Thinking like his ass ain't been out of the goddamn ring for however long it's been. And that he's still, the driver of the bus. He missed the fucking memo that he is absolutely obsolete in these damn boxing streets. Right? But he is trying to superimpose, percentages on the young King Devin for whatever prospective fight that they have supposedly been, in talks about. What's going on in boxing, ladies and gentlemen? This is the sassy shit I'm talking about. Everywhere else, outside of the small few, like your Boots, like your Masons, like your young King Devin, it's a whole bunch of fuckery going on outside of these particular spaces. Sassy ass energy, right? Crazy. It's crazy to me. Nothing but inutility. Nothing that can be used. Nothing but filibuster and a wasting of time has been going on from these select people out here. What is this? You know what I'm saying? And then we got the wonderful reminder last night. That's why I said it was crystallized with this Mason performance, right? You got the Mason Dynasty coming in with 3 shining princes. Three shining princes. They are not focused on the inanity. They are not focused on anything but that battlefield, brothers and sisters. That's what they're focused on, not sassy ass goddamn tweets. Not painting their fucking fingernails or posting what new motherfucking purse they got. They are focused on the battlefield. They are not into the senselessness. They are not into the sassy ass tweeting, the unavailing ass clout chasing call outs, fake ass call outs, or the worthless trivialities. They don't give a fuck about none of that. They don't give a fuck about none of that. Because they are real men, real warriors. They are not here for no sassy ass exchanges or banter like some toxic bitches looking for fucking attention. Toxic ass, attention seeking ass, sassy niggas. They're not on that type of time. They are not interested in temporary attention, do it for the gram ass fucking, type energy. No, they are here to fight, brothers and sisters. And that's what you saw last evening. They are here for the kill. When they are hunting, they are here to hunt, in other words. They are here to eat. That's what I need to support in boxing. That's what I need to see at all times in boxing. Get that sassy shit the fuck up out my face. I want no part of that. I want absolutely no part of that. Them goddamn Mason brothers were so fucking beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sitting back like, yes, you gonna rule this goddamn sport, and I'm going to help you do it. They have my full backing and my full support, 10 toes. And at all times. What? Beautiful brothers, beautiful family, and a beautiful king that they are being led by. This is what warriorship in boxing, Black elite American boxing, brothers and sisters, ought to look like. That's what it ought to look like. Okay? You look around and these other chumps are out here doing the sassiest shit ever. And you do a juxtaposition in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. You juxtapose for yourselves the image in your mind, and you look at the output and the trajectory of these sucker-ass chumps on this sassy-ass type of time, and you juxtapose that next to the image of those beautiful Masons you saw last evening, and you tell me what you see. You tell me what you see. There is no question of who is actually dedicated to this beautiful sport called boxing, and who is doing it for the fucking gram out here, brothers and sisters, for clicks and goddamn views. Abdullah the Prince just turned 22 years old, only a few months ago, brothers and sisters. 22, this beautiful young prince. And this man is levels above a lot of these sassy ass niggas' favorites. Light years ahead of them in mentality, light years ahead of them in temerity, light years ahead of them in soundness and verity, ladies and gentlemen. 22 years old this young prince is. And he is stepping like he is the fucking father of all of these goddamn niggas. I have to emphasize the grown man energy up in here, because a lot of these motherfuckers are walking out here like children, like boys with no goddamn direction, no spine. What is going on with the sassy ass damn energy? And some of these niggas out here thinking that shit is cute. It's ridiculous to me. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay? Young Abdullah out here, light years ahead of these niggas. Whole energy is on grown man time. Look at his post-presser. Look at how he conducts himself in the interviews. Look at his precision and seriousness and severity in that ring. What? This young man and the Mason Dynasty, like I said earlier, brothers and sisters, are on a path to rule within boxing. You understand me? I'm talking about right alongside the young King Devin, DHP, right alongside Boots. They are the ones that's going to herald the sport along with the Mason Dynasty. That's beautiful, elite Black American warriorship at its finest, and it's being cultivated and it's being upheld to the light properly, right? And they need our support. They definitely need our support. And so far, definitely as far as my good family is concerned, they have all of our support up in here, right? And they will continue to garner, and amass the support of serious Black boxing diehards like ourselves, because it's difficult to deny that level of potentiality for greatness when you see it. Okay? With all these other suckers out here, going on motherfucking movie sets for clicks and views, while they're out here doing that nonsense, going into the ocean to swim with motherfucking whales to do a goddamn skit, that'll get them a like and a view, doing a fake ass call out in the ocean. You know what I mean? While they're crying about how snatched their goddamn waist is and asking other grown ass niggas to do a snatch waist motherfucking challenge. Why they out here going, leave me alone? Oh my God, why is Devin talking about me so much? Why you can't keep my name out of your mouth? Oh my God, leave me alone. Like, I'm just living my life. Like, leave me alone. You so obsessed with me. Why these sassy ass niggas are out here on that fucking type of time? You got the young Masons claiming turf and beheading everything in front of them. You got the young king stepping, looking for every ounce of smoke, every ounce of pressure that he can get. You got the young king Boots standing 10 toes in his goddamn division. That's what's going on while these sassy niggas are out here wasting fucking time and chasing 5 seconds of fame. Nah, we don't fucking support that shit. Step to the goddamn side with that nonsense. Masons are out here saying, yo, whether you are a friend or a foe, you can get it. That's what type of time Abdullah the Prince was on. He ain't out here fucking playing ring around the goddamn Rosie. And that man is not only close to him, but close to his family, brothers and sisters. And he made that man food last evening. It did not get in the way of that warriorship needing to express its supremacy. It didn't get in the way. He did not allow it to. No matter how much Albert Bell was beloved to him, he got the job done, as a warrior should when they are in battle. That's the type of mindset I'm talking about when I highlight that masculine presence, that masculine energy. Okay? He said, you're going to get this work, and I will love up on you afterwards. Afterwards. Okay? This is boxing. This is not fucking double dutch. Holding hands in a circle or some shit like that. Playing motherfucking patty cake. Okay? You saw that young prince in there getting it popping with another warrior that he considers close to himself and his family. He still got that work in. Okay? Wonderful, wonderful work. And the way that man was going to that damn body, right? I think I was watching BF, Beautiful King BF last evening, and he put it wonderfully. I think he said something like, he fought him. That man's going to the body like he don't give a fuck about that man, like he don't like him, right? Wonderful, beautiful body work. Punishing, devastating body work that he was administering to Bell. Beautiful, beautiful warriorship, brothers and sisters. Okay? That man was trying to punch through that man. Wonderful work. He turned it up and he went to war, as he should have in those latter rounds when he was under the impression that he was down on the cards, right? He turned it up. Okay? And I think in his post-presser, one of his post-interviews, he had admittedly stated that, yes, he was kind of going easy on Bell or whatever, not really wanting to, I guess, go as overboard as he knew he could, right? But then, of course, when, everything is on the line, right? His father snapped him back into reality and says, hey, baby boy, you know what I mean? Young king, we on war grounds. Behead this nigga. Behead him. And that's exactly what the young Prince Abdullah went in there to do. Okay? This is the guidance. This is the guidance of authoritative Black masculinity in your corner to reset the pace, to charge and spark the mentality when in battle. And he went in there and he listened, he took heed to his corner, and he got in there and got his victory. Okay? It's about victory over everything. And he was reminded of that. And he went in there and claimed that for himself. Okay? He like, I got love for you, Al. You know what I mean? Albert, you know what I mean? But you are in the way of my supremacy. I got to get you out of here. Right? Friend or no friend, I'm getting you out of here. Right? And it was wonderful to see that after the battle, right? They loved up on each other. They were hugging each other, giving, you know what I'm saying, each other respect and stuff like that. It was wonderful to see. Like some real ones, you know what I'm saying? Wonderful, wonderful to see two warriors getting it on, especially one as closely associated and linked as those two were, right? So that Albert is a warrior and he deserves credit for himself because he also, unlike these sassy ass niggas, didn't flinch at the idea of fighting Abdullah. This was for a title shot. He is a boxer. He is a warrior. He answered the call because he could have backed out of the fight too and said, oh, you know, ain't no amount of money that can get me in the ring with Abdullah. Or, oh no, I'm going to put my dream of becoming a world fucking champion to the side because I don't. He said, no. Oh, what's the name called out? They called me? Yes. Yes. I will supplant the place of Cordina. I will take that spot. Absolutely. Sign me up. That's warriorship. That's the mentality that's needed in boxing. Real talk, that's the mentality standard in the boxing that we know, brothers and sisters. We don't know the sassy shit of fucking friends and fucking holding hands and painting each other's motherfucking toenails and licking the same goddamn ice cream cone together. We don't know that sassy shit. So that Albert Bell and Abdullah are representative of what we've always known, what we've always expected our fighters to assume in their disposition when it comes to this fighting stuff and the claiming of turf. You know what I mean? What the fuck is going on? Anything antithetically to that is anomalous, brothers and sisters. It's not the norm. It's absolutely anomalous what we are seeing from sassy ass hot girl Summer Stevenson and ADD goddamn Davis. Oh, we're best friends. Let's play patty cake and kiss each other on the nose. You hear? What? Get that shit out of here. So not only did the young Prince Abdullah stand 10 toes and say, okay, that's my replacement. Yeah, that's my brother. Okay, yeah. But so did motherfucking Albert Bell. Salute to the king, Albert Bell. Because he could have easily tucked his tail and ran in the other direction under the guise and an excuse of, oh, no, that's my friend. He didn't fucking do that. That man has dreams of his own. There is a title on the line. Excuse me, I want that. Put me in there with my brother and may the best man win. You know what I mean? That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. That's warriorship. And that is also brotherhood. That's real brotherhood, ladies and gentlemen. Not this fake fucking patty cake ass fucking energy we got going on being displayed with hot girl Summer Stevenson and damn ADD. Get that fucking sassy shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. What is going on with that? You know what I mean? You got motherfucking E.T. Stevenson not wanting to get his damn nails dirty. Oh, no, I can never fight him. You see, I love him with all my heart. What? Hiding behind this old contrived, fake-ass brotherhood with ADD Davis. Like it's some type of blasphemous thought that one could possibly ever have or suggest that he fight a competitor in his weight class, whether he knows them or not. This motherfucker is doing that just so he will not have to, and we all know this, just so that he will not have to compete with anything that he finds or deems a challenge to himself, brothers and sisters. Sucker shit. Sucker shit. That's all that is. That is all that is. These dudes are moving so disgracefully out here. It's disgusting. No code, no honor, no valor whatsoever on that side. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I also, brothers and sisters, think it's absolutely imperative to highlight today, to highlight and centralize the value of Black fatherhood. This is another thing I want us to juxtapose together. Okay, we're going to do a compare and contrasting of, right? Because just as I wanted you guys to juxtapose the warriorship and the mentality, right, between the young Prince Abdullah compared to that of his contemporaries, A.D.D. Davis and E.T. Stevenson, so forth and so on. I want us to also juxtapose the aspect of Black masculine presence and guidance in their lives versus not having that Black masculine presence and guidance in one's life. Let's juxtapose that, ladies and gentlemen, while we highlight the importance of the masculine presence in the lives and in the corners of these brothers. Right? Upright Black masculine energy at work within and in full support of their sons, ladies and gentlemen. That cannot be downplayed or bypassed because we see its results. We see its impact. And we also see the effects of its symptoms when it is not present, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's the juxtaposition of when it is there versus when it is not there. Okay? Because it is seen when we are peering into the behaviors of people like the Masons, of the young king, you know what I mean? Of Boots. The difference in energy compared to that of an A.D.D. Davis, unhinged, doesn't have his wares about him. The sassy time, the sassy lamentations of a hot girl Summer Stevenson, so forth and so on. Right? That's what it looks like when you juxtapose the two. We see the difference in behavioral patterns, in personalities, the difference in output of fighters like Hot Girl Summer and of Purple Pain, etc. Right? Because those dudes are without that masculine parental guidance, ladies and gentlemen. And we see the effects of that. They are without the nurturing, supportive structure of that father Black masculine presence. And we look at take a quick look at their personalities and you see outrightly the type of personalities and traits that they are showing and displaying versus that of somebody so solidly centered as a young Prince Abdullah or Ibrahim or the rest of his brothers or the entire clan, whatever have you. You see the difference in temperament with somebody like the young King Devin. Okay? You see somebody not running into the center of some chatty patty gossip ass energy when you look at the King Boots. Absolutely nowhere to be found in those men. That sassy ass type of energy. Versus how it looks on the other side, brothers and sisters. And this isn't to debase people like Purple Pain or whatever have you, any of those dudes, right? But this is the contrast in character, in disposition, in the level of merit that we have to pay attention to because it is stark. Okay? It is stark. It's a stark contrast. It's a jarring difference when you do the juxtaposing. And this is why I want to give credence. This is why I want to give esteem. This is why I want to give respect where it is due to the King Valiant Mason, the father of the Mason clan. This is why I give all of my respect to the legendary Trill Bill Haney. This is exactly why I salute the King Bosey Ennis. Right? And the like of these men who are carving out elite kings of boxing, brothers and sisters, because it is these men who are going to carry this sport forward into the next decade. Into the next decade. And what we want to be carried into the next decade is valor. We don't want to carry inanity over. We don't want the folly. Okay? We don't want the sassy ass energy, lack of focus, lack of dedication, toxic ass, gossipy ass type of energy pass forward. What we want to pass forward into the next decade is warriorship, elite expressions of that, uprightness, forthrightness, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? And so this is why we have to give all of our respect and all of our credence where it is due in real time. People like Valiant Mason and Bill Haney and Bozy, as aforementioned, are what this next era of boxing will be based upon. It's their fortitude that's going to represent us in boxing, right? Because we are talking about Black warriorship, brothers and sisters. Okay, the whole boxing world is what it is. You know, people representative of themselves and do what they will with themselves. I am talking about us, always us, and our representation and our merit and steadfastness in this sport. Okay, and so we need the real ones, people of heart, sound mindedness, to take this sport forward. This isn't simply about the now, you know, what is, you know, current events or what's, you know, new or trendy right now. We got to look beyond that. We are talking about the longevity game, brothers and sisters, in boxing, legacy in boxing. Okay? That has to always be thought about. It is not anything momentary or temporary that we just want to be fancifully occupied with right now. This is the long-term game of Black warriorship. We got over a century of Black warriorship to speak for. Okay? So if I wasn't playing about the history of it, what makes you think I'm going to play with the present of it that's going to become a history in and of itself? I don't play with that. I don't play with that. So this is what I'm talking about. So it's the generalship of these Black fathers, of that Black masculine presence, wherever and however it shows up 10 toes, in support of the kings that they are raising and making into elite kings of the sport. It is these fathers, you know, that we want to pass our credence over, give our acknowledgement towards. The Black fathers are what is carving out and passing the flame over their sons, over their young kings who stand to dominate and uphold the sport that we love. In our image, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? These are the men who will carry the sport into further legacy, as aforementioned, into further greatness, just like the giants have done before them. There is no way that you could say you have a respect for Black warriorship in boxing and not surround your thoughts around what is being carved out now for the futures of these young kings. Because they will themselves one day be somebody's Sugar Ray. They will themselves be one day somebody's Charlie Burley. They will themselves be one day somebody's Roy Jones, etc., so forth, Hearns, and all these beautiful other Black kings we can name. That's what Devin stands to be. That's what Boot stands to be. That's what the Mason Dynasty stands to represent, so forth and so on. And all of these people, known and unknown to us, they have the potential for that, right? But it is these types of men at the forefront, like the Mason family and whatever have you, you know, that are really taking in and honing in, you know, on their elite stature presently. Okay? They are building up their men, and that's why I salute these fathers. They are building up their kings, their sons, to lead boxing, to conquer boxing. And that's what we want to cultivate. That's what we want to support as the elite fighters continue to carve themselves. That's what we want to support as the Black boxing base. Right? The very base that people want to act like doesn't exist. But we are absolutely fundamental to their progress, brothers and sisters. Do not forget your place, good family. As a Black boxing fan, do not forget your place and your relevance and your paramount's in the shaping of these beautiful kings and what they stand to hold in boxing's future. You got a place in that as a Black boxing fan. You know what I mean? I don't care how much they try to convince you otherwise. All right, let me check in with my good family before we continue on to the next. I went in on that for a good bit, but I had to get that one out. Yeah, family. Hold on, let me scroll. I don't want to go too far up, I guess. Let me see what's facts, comrade. Salute to the king, Bo Rice. I see you. Lovely to see you. All right, let me scroll a little bit ways. My twin says, and what makes it worse, man fans defended the foolishness. Last night was a breath of fresh air. Absolutely, twin. Absolutely. Salute to the king, PG, in the building. I see you, king. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. The great Mike simply says diabolical. Wanda, in all this inanity, diabolical, what else can you call it? It really is crazy. It really is crazy. Yes, twin. Straight diva energy. Send that shit to the BET Awards, not boxing. Right. Thank you. You know what I mean? Send it over there some goddamn where. Send it, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and go deliver that shit elsewhere. Get the shit the fuck out of my goddamn face, though. Does not belong in boxing at all. At all. What are we doing? Yes, Stephen L. Yes, Stephen L. You know what I mean? What is going on with the Purple Pain Davis? Purple Pain is out here bugging. And we're going to get into him a little bit later. I intended to divulge a little bit of my thought. Oh my goodness, is this Art Man up in here? Salute to the King, Art Man. If you are still in here, peace and infinite blessings to you, King. Lovely to see you. My comrade said, call it out. Yes. The King PG says, speak on it, Queen. You know what I mean? No, we're going to talk plenty up in here. We are going to speak plainly. Like I say, no additives, no preservatives, no sugar necessary on this side. Okay? Salute to the King, SVN in the building. I see you as well. You know what I mean? Yes, great Mike. Appetite for smoke fits the Masons perfect. Yes, it does. Yes, their little moniker and tagline. Yes, absolutely. Okay, I went a ways up. Yeah. Yes, Mama Love. Absolutely. Oh my God. The King Snoop says, Albert said, ain't no brothers in boxing. And he and Abdullah showed two friends can fight and make some ends together and still have love for each other. You know what? I have something that I really, I'm not sure if you guys saw this because we had a little tweet and delete goddamn moment. I'm not sure if any of you peeped it, but I was lucky enough to capture something that ultimately got deleted. And I'm going to share that with you guys a little bit later as well. So hang tight on that one. Okay. Who I wanted to say, Alade, salute to you. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate you. Yes. Oh man, that's crazy. The twin says, I think if Keyshawn loses, he will turn into the next AB. You know what? Child, I don't know what to think of ADD. You know what I'm saying? All these niggas just have me up in all types of confusion because they are not consistent. They aren't consistent and they aren't of merit. You know what I'm saying? And their words and their actions will always contradict each other. Always, you know, until they get on the type and the level of time, you know, that dictates and denotes actual warriorship in boxing. Like you cannot, the moment you bypass that, you will be exposed. And either you is or you is not. Okay? Either you is or you is not. And apparently they is not. They is not because they cannot. Because they don't have heart. That's being evinced clearly to me. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Speaking of heart, you know, while we're on the matter, twin and brothers and sisters, okay, that's something that is unfortunately severely lacking among these fighters that we have considered to be premier, right? The ones that we have considered to be premier talents right now, ladies and gentlemen. I have been totally appalled, just as many of you have, you know, in seeing the scope of things, the landscape, the terrain. It's diabolical, as the great Mike said. It's just, you know what I mean? That's just what it is. It's the most succinct way to put it. You know what I mean? It's the most substantial term. It really is crazy as hell, peeping the temperature of the room that a lot of these people seem to be operating within. The cowardice, brothers and sisters, the cowardice has been Absolutely ghastly. Absolutely ghastly. I'm sitting back at, I'm just day to day, like, is this real? Like, the moment that I sit back and I say, can this get any worse? And then I turn around and I look at motherfucking the shook one Stevenson, and this nigga putting out new goddamn stipulations over here. We got ADD Davis disappearing and vanishing from fucking view. What is this? What? It really just is insane. Hot girl Summer Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen, is out here demanding that the young king vacate his belt in order to fight him. That's the new thing. That's the new stipulation, because it changes every other week. He got a new stipulation every other week. Here, okay, 144. Devin says yes to 144. Oh, actually, vacate the belt. That's the new stipulation. Then it's going to turn into, listen, I got to do my laundry, so if you help me, get some bleach for the white clothes, then I'll fight you. Next thing you know, it's going to change into, listen, my auntie made a sweet potato pie, but she's missing, some of the apples. If you go get these specific apples that I need from goddamn Madagascar, then, but you got to go to Madagascar and you got to go get these particular types of specific ass apples. And only then can she make this pie. And only at that time will I fight you. It's like, he gets more ridiculous and outlandish with the demands every time. That's the new stipulation, ladies and gentlemen. Devin has to vacate his belt, apparently. What is going on with him and that old slick beard jive turkey? I'll tell you what's going on with him and the slick beard jive turkey. They want no fucking smoke with Devin. That's it. End the goddamn story. It's been evident for all of this time, and they are making it even further evident now, ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute charade out here. It's a parody. This is what I was talking about when I was talking about parodical output from these fighters. Absolute mockery of the sport. Absolute mockery of warriorship, ladies and gentlemen. They are mimicking valor. They are mimicking what they think, somebody of popular stature in boxing ought to be. They are not about standing on anything. Everything is a charade. Everything. Even their stipulations. It's like, what is going on? Did you take this out of a page of motherfucking, In Living Color or goddamn Saturday Night Live or something like that? What is this? A goddamn TV show? A fucking soap opera? What the fuck? What is going on? And then you got, apparently ADD is demanding more than 25% for his mandatory, as my beautiful King BF has been putting us on to and making us privy to over the past week. There is now all of a sudden a demand that Keyshawn gets more than his fucking mandatory percentage to fight Devin. So that him and the slick beard jive turkey are really formulating all types of escape routes. That's all that this is. They are creating any level and any means of an escape route as they can. So that now the excuse, if Devin lets it go to purse bid, as Beautiful King was informing us on, which he definitely intends to let it go to purse bid, then the new lament from that old slick beard jive turkey and ADD and the rest of them is going to be, oh, well, he didn't give us more than 25%, therefore Devin ducked us. Do you hear this shit? This is the mentality. The same thing goes for Hot Girl Summer Stevenson. His new lamentation and excuse and out for Devin is going to be, oh, well, he didn't vacate his belt, and so that I can't fight him. So that means that he ducked me because he didn't vacate his fucking title. It's just, you really just can't make this stuff up. You really cannot make this level of inanity up, brothers and sisters, as a sane and logical person. How the fuck are these niggas getting away with this shit? They should be getting their asses fucking fried on every fucking platform out there for this shit. What? That old slickbeard motherfucking jive turkey already formulated the exit plans for both Hot Girl Summer Stevenson and ADD Davis. Exit plan already in motion, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? He set it in motion and simultaneously kept his way, a way out for them to divert from the smoke with the young king. That's all the plot is about. How do I best not have this collision with my pets and that young king who is on absolute demon time and who already told the world he wants smoke with both of those niggas? Drop his belt for what? When he wants both of these niggas' heads on a plate. What are you talking about? Drop your belt. I'm trying to behead you and your fucking little brother, nigga. What the fuck you talking to? Drop your belt. Yo, the second shit is, it really is alarming and it makes me absolutely irate. Every time I pass my thought and my mind on it, it's so fucking ridiculous. It drives me crazy. I'm like, what the hell? No, absolutely not. Tell these niggas to fucking kick rocks. Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to fight anyway, puss. None of y'all want the business. None of y'all. Go sit your ass down somewhere. Fucking clout chasing off of this man's name, meat riding, glazing off of the name and prestige of Devin. That's all these niggas do. None of them want smoke with him. None. It's sickening. Looking like some thirsty assholes for attention on a block. Whole ass hanging out, doing everything for fucking attention. Whole ass niggas. That shit is disgusting. Sassy ass behavior. None of them niggas are on masculine time with that. Straight up frauds. Then you got motherfucking Purple Pain. You know what I mean? Motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? You gotta add all this crazy shit is happening, then insert Purple Pain, ladies and gentlemen. You got motherfucking Purple Pain who literally came out of nowhere. Where the fuck did Purple Pain come from all of a sudden over the past week or two? Where the fuck did Purple Pain come from? Nigga was fighting all types of cases. Niggas was beating bitches up in strip clubs. You know what I mean? Getting sued, having the marshals on his tail, all of this crazy shit happening with this nigga over the past year. And here his ass come with some damn neon drawers on, sprinkling glitter over his own goddamn self, slapping his own ass while he's descending from a pole in the sky like, hey, y'all, I'm back. Motherfucking sassy demon. What is going on here? Where the fuck you come from? Don't you got a motherfucking case to beat? What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is taking place in boxing? This is why I say everything is a charade with these sassy ass niggas. None of them are about boxing. Look at the contrast between what you saw with these beautiful brothers on your screen, brothers and sisters. Look at that energy that the Mason family stood 10 toes on and always represent, not only last night, but all the time. Look at that energy. Versus the sassy shit you see going on in the sport today with these other dudes, with these chumps. What is this? What is this? Shouldn't you be going in a motherfucking rehabilitation center, Purple Pain, to stop your ass from slapping bitches upside the head? What are you talking about? Here I am now, the king, he's back now, and lay your red carpet out for me with some roses. Now you're here. You got to talk to me nice. I'm back, y'all. You see me? Look at me now. I'm going to write a sassy tweet to get everybody's goddamn attention. Y'all see me? Oh, everybody is looking the other way. Let me do some dumb shit and tweet some dumb shit so I can get the eyes on me now. Don't forget about me. What is this? What is Purple Pain Davis doing? Out of the goddamn blue, just showing up right at the center, of what was supposed to be the biggest fight in boxing, which was the Young King versus E.T. goddamn Stevenson. How convenient. Now Purple Pain wants to enter stage left for some attention and insert and posit, his need to all of a sudden out of the blue, what he didn't want to fucking do for the past 10 years, all of a sudden he wants to do. He wants to have a fight with Devin, right? Who he's always known, and the world has always known is his biggest fight in boxing and is the biggest fight in boxing aside from that of Devin and Shakur. right? It's always been the Trinity, as I call them: Purple Pain, E.T. Stevenson, and the Young King. That's the Trinity, right? And so now I guess he needs to pay whatever court fees and legal fees and goddamn everything else, goddamn fees. You know what I mean? So now he's trying to, push for a fight with the Young King. Right? And I ain't got no problem with that, because that fight should have happened motherfucking 4 years ago. Real talk. 5 years ago. Real talk. So that I'm open to the proposition. I'm open to the prospect of it, for sure. It's a beautiful fight. It's one that the sport of boxing has always needed for this era of fighters. So I'm definitely in support of that. But the inanity that this man is on, trying to pull, assuming that he has this stature, the same stature that he had 3-4 years ago, is absolutely unavailing. Okay? He holds none of the weight that he held, let's say, 3-4 years ago, brothers and sisters, considering all of the craziness he has been going on, within behind the scenes. Okay? He out here talking about some damn 70-30 split, just sassy as he want to be on goddamn Twitter. Child. You fight me, it's going to be 70-30 now, you hear? Get your sassy ass the fuck out of here. What is going on with these dudes? What is going on with these dudes? You can't make this stuff up. And you know what? Speaking of the shook one, getting back to his ass, since his waist, I wonder if anybody's asking this upon looking at the beautiful performance of the young Prince Abdullah. Is anybody going to ask what the shook one Stevenson is going to do? Right? Nobody. I revisit this, from time to time, brothers and sisters, because I never see anybody outrightly, aside from us, the real ones. You know what I'm saying? Like the King BF or myself, or the conscious people. You know what I'm saying? Who do this thing in boxing. Outside of us, brothers and sisters, and the conscious brothers and sisters that we love out here, there it really is the larger boxing community is not really putting a light on the fuckery from Shakur Stevenson. Is anybody going to ask the shook one, listen, since your waist is so snatched and tight, apparently, according to you, since you got the snatchest waist of any bitch on the planet, right? Why don't you saunter your little ass down to 135 to face the young prince? Go face the young Prince Abdullah. Since your waist is so small, and oh my God, he's too big for me over here. Oh no, I can't fight Devin. I can't fight this person. I'm so small. Okay, we'll take your small waist, your snatched waist, and go fight Abdullah Mason at 35. Young Prince Abdullah, brothers and sisters, is the WBO champion at 135, as we know. Hot girl Summer Stevenson is the WBO champ at 140. Since he does not want to use that status, apparently, that championship status as WBO champion of 140, since he does not want to use that, to face the young King Devin, scared to death of the young King Devin at 47 and at 44, why come he don't go down to 35 and challenge the young Prince Abdullah? I haven't heard anybody ask that question upon this victory of Abdullah Mason, ladies and gentlemen. All of that talking, I'm really I'm a 135 pounder. Oh my God, I'm so tight. all that, I'm so small. I'm really just 130. I'm barely a 140 pounder child. This waist is too snatched. No, I'm just a small little thing, right? I'm so tiny. You got to handle me gently, daddy. What? This how this nigga's talking. Okay, we'll take your ass down to 35 and fight the WBO champ in the Young Prince. Young Prince is there. He right there for the taking. He can use that same championship status and go challenge the champion of the WBO at 135 in Abdullah. What's the problem? The problem is that he does not want to be challenged, because apparently, according to him, 135 is his natural weight class. He's barely 140. Oh, I'm barely, I'm really comfortable at 135. Well, go get the smoke. Go get the business at 135 then. What's the holdup? Didn't this sucker tell us that he only had one fight at 140, brothers and sisters? Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Didn't this fucking chump tell us, oh, I only got one fight at 140 and then I'm going to relinquish the belts so that Keyshawn can have it? What happened to that plan? All of a sudden, Keyshawn wake up in the morning, he don't even know he's a fucking welterweight because that old slick beer jive turkey put his fucking ass in the frying pan to be sacrificed to the young king so that he can protect Hot Girl Summer. Right? Completely diverted away from the original plan, which was to have the one fight against Teofimo, relinquish his belts to give it to Keyshawn, and then take his ass back to 135. What happened to that plan? All of a sudden, ADD is a welterweight, and your ass is still holding on for fucking dear life to those fucking straps because you don't want no problems with the young king. But at the same time, you're not making any moves or attempts to fight any of the champions in your weight class at 140, and you scared to fucking death to go to 135 and fight the young Prince Abdullah, and you're also scared to death, apparently, to go back down to 135 because Shock is waiting for you down there. Shock said, let's get it popping at 135. The minute you touch down here, I'm on your fucking turf. That's why this nigga's at a standstill. Okay? This man has yet to make a move, and it has been 6 months or so since his last fight against Tio. What's going on? Why is he still at 140 if his fucking waist is tighter than mine? You get me? What's going on? This man disgustingly and outrightly, shamelessly ducked the young King Devin. Devin agreed to that 144, brothers and sisters, as we know. He agreed to that weight and said, let's get it popping. And this fucking sucker, E.T. goddamn Stevenson, ducked like a frail, spineless chump. And everybody's fucking quiet about this shit. These sassy ass niggas, at least, not the conscious family. These sassy ass niggas acting like none of this is happening in real goddamn time. This level of disgusting cowardice all of a sudden has a lull and a hush over it. What? We're not gonna let this shit slide under no goddamn rug. That's the worst, most spineless duck I've ever seen. And we have seen a lot of ducking pertaining to that of anything surrounding the young King Devin. We had that fucking sassy ass Rolly. We had old nasty, chump ass, racist ass Riri. All these types of ducking that's been going on. This is by far on that list and by far the worst. What we've seen from Shakur Stevenson with these ridiculous stipulations and demands out of nowhere. One that he keeps augmenting every fucking week. People acting like this shit is not happening. People acting like this is not the worst duck of this era. I mean, absolutely shameless and flagrant and insolent, brothers and sisters, in every way. Way too quiet out here in these boxing streets about this level of disgusting duckery from Shakur Stevenson. That man is scared to death, right? Just as we touched upon in the previous live that I named that. Scared to death because that's exactly what it is. Scared to death of that young King Devin. And now he is revoltingly and appallingly ducking the young king even after the 144 agreements, ladies and gentlemen. Is anybody going to ask why Shakur E.T. Stevenson, Hot Girl Summer Stevenson, oh, I'm so snatched Stevenson is still at fucking 140? Who the fuck is he fighting? Then he had the nerve, did you guys see on Twitter, oh, if I fight anybody, I'd fight Antoine Russell. All of a sudden now he wanted to say Antoine Russell's name within the past week or so on Twitter. Oh, if I fight anybody, it'd be Antoine because I think he brings the best out of me. Why the fuck you ain't sent his ass a goddamn offer after your Tio fight? This nigga's a chump. He don't want to fight nobody. Nobody. And he's safe to say Antoine's name now that I think about it because Antoine is a part of that fucking sassy snatch crew. BFF forever fucking crew. Right? All of it is smoke and mirrors. And he's certainly not going to go down to that 135 to fight the young prince, Abdullah Mason. Why is he not targeting him? We'll get into that in just a bit of, in a second or two, right? But Core, of course, jumped right in on Twitter, speaking of him, right? Because of course he saw the performance and he did not want to make it seem as if, I guess, he isn't paying attention to him. So I'm not sure if you guys saw on Twitter, I got a receipt for the good brothers and sisters up in here. In true fashion, Shakur Stevenson tried to do some cleanup work in regard to this question, because of course a lot of cognizant and conscious people are going to look at the young Abdullah as the WBO champion and make the correlation that Shakur Stevenson is the WBO champion at the one division above him. So of course we're going to draw the line and say, well, why don't those two meet, since your fucking waist is so goddamn small and you lament non-stop fucking crying about fighting Devin? Why don't you fight 135? Right? So that he tried to come in and do some cleanup work for those like myself and the good family up in here who are going to draw that line and make that comparison. Not sure if you guys saw it on Twitter, but Core came up there, Twitterson came up there and immediately contrived a framework, brothers and sisters. He came in and contrived something that he thought he could use to cover himself, just in case anybody had this inclination come to their mind. Right? He used the same framework that he tried to use not too long ago, if you guys recall, when he was on, I think I forget that dude's name, podcast, where he was talking about Mason. I believe that was Najee or something like that, maybe earlier last year, sometime ago, where he had brought up Abdullah Mason and he tried to use the trope. Oh, well, Abdullah is so young. Well, this is what he reverted to and resorted to in his tweet last night as a way to recognize Abdullah, but also avert away from any potential smoke with him at the same time. Did you guys see that tweet? I'm going to pull it up for y'all in just a second. So that he brought up the age thing, in other words, ladies and gentlemen. He brought up the aspect of age and development and maturity, if you will. This is what the thing. Oh, he's citing once again. Oh, he's still developing. This is the mentality he tried to say. Let me get the receipt for you because I do have it. I do have it. Hold on. Hold on. Look at this shit. Look at your screen, brothers and sisters. My beautiful king. Oh my God. Yes, they do. Apparently. Very much so. Very, very much so. Apparently, beautiful king. Look at your screen, ladies and gentlemen. Look at your screen, brothers and sisters. This is what the fucking hot girl Summer Stevenson said in relation to the young Prince Abdullah Mason. Now, this person, whoever that is, wrote like that performance was mid, right? Because apparently all the fucking Wactive squad has a problem now with Abdullah Mason because he did not accept the invitation to the BFF Snatch Waist Club. He long denounced any association or affiliation with the Snatched Waist fucking crew, right? So now all of a sudden, in seeing how dominant and how wonderfully statured Mason is and is, has steadily been becoming, now all of a sudden the sassy ass, hot girl Summer Stevenson fans and Wactive Squad fans have taken up an issue with Abdullah Mason. So now this fucking sassy chump, whoever this nigga is, talk about, oh, that performance was mid, talking about the young Prince. Look at what E.T. Stevenson said, brothers and sisters. He says, he young. He's still learning, but for him to turn the gear that he needed on when it was time was tough. I thought it was a great performance. So that he really is condescending in this statement. He is patronizing the young King Abdullah. He's trying to come across as supportive, but it's not. He's young and still learning. Young and still learning. So that this is the same thing that he pulled from in that interview, as I told you. I'm not sure if you saw that months ago. I think that was Najee's interview or somebody's goddamn platform not too long ago, right? Where he was talking about this maybe 4 months ago or so, something like that, right? Start of the year, somewhere around there, or end of the end of the previous year, something like that, where he was talking about Abdullah. And once again, he tried to throw in the aspect of age as a blockade, brothers and sisters, as an impasse that he can use to keep the distance between himself and having to collide with the young Prince. That's what the aim is. That's what it was, and that's what it is here. Oh, you see, he's still developing now, you hear? He's young. He's still growing. Because he don't want no problems. He has to safeguard himself, because if there is a fraction of a chance that this fucking sassy ass chump goes back to 135, he now already has a built-in excuse to keep him from that pressure when it comes to that young Prince Abdullah. You get me? So this is a safeguarding that is taking place here. I just thought that was the sassiest, most ridiculous shit ever. Absolutely crazy. He's scared to death of anything near, anything giving off a competitive edge or challenge to him. He wants absolutely nothing to do with someone else's assertion, somebody's temerity or prowess. He wants no part of that. He has to be in the driver's seat at all times. It has to be smooth sailing for him at all times and nothing less. He will accept no challenge. So that if you come across the peripheral of his vision, looking like a threat in any capacity or to any degree, he will bypass and circumvent you immediately. ASAP. No question. He will make whatever excuse it is, whether, oh no, we friends, we best friends to the end now, or whether he has to say, oh, well, you so young, or whether he has to say, oh, but there's no amount of money in the world. I love you with the bottom of my heart, the depths of my soul. He will say and do anything to avert and avoid those problems, anything perceived of as a problem. Biggest motherfucking puss in boxing. Cannot say that enough. I cannot make that disclaimer clear enough, more vivid enough. Puss. Absolute puss. Okay? I saw a post. Now, the other post that I was talking about that I had alluded to a little bit earlier, if you guys recall, there was a secondary post. Remember, I had mentioned that there was a tweet and delete moment. Well, like to hear it, here it go. Only a few hours ago, brothers and sisters, maybe an hour and a half or so before I went live, okay, I came across this post where this fucking chump, E.T. Stevenson, took it upon himself. Listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This fucking chump took it upon himself, brothers and sisters, to posit a thought that nobody asked him for onto a post that Greg Hackett made on Twitter. Did anybody come across this? Like I said, it was a tweet and delete moment, and it happened quite quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if you guys didn't get a chance to see it. But your girl Sugar Free was on the job, and I happened to be, lucky enough to get a snapshot of it and the only reason why I knew it was deleted was because I was trying to respond to that shit. You know what I mean? And if you guys see me on Twitter, you know I don't spare the fucking rod, brothers and sisters. So I was actually on warrior goddess mode, responding to this chump ass shit that this nigga wrote, right? When I tried to hit send, it wouldn't send, and it said, oh, there's nothing to see here, which means that it was deleted. Okay? But anywho, getting back to the thick of things, brothers and sisters, this chump took it upon himself to respond to this post that Greg made on Twitter, right? And in this post, Greg was giving credence simply. He was simply giving credence to the young prince. Okay? That's what he was doing. He gave the young Prince Abdullah his credence, his respect for fighting. And also, more importantly, for fighting somebody that he considered to be a close friend to not only himself, but of his family. So here is Greg saying, yo, this is proof. You know what I'm saying? That warriors can do battle and have a beautiful showing regardless of their relationship status with each other. That the fight can still happen. This is essentially what Greg was saying, and I'm going to put that receipt on the screen in just a moment, right? So that core sassy ass in a whole fit. This nigga saw that tweet and had a fit. I'm sure of it. I already know he did because of the way he responded. And the fact of the matter that he deleted it is also proof that this nigga was in a fit and then caught his senses enough to try to delete it only a few minutes later. But he saw that goddamn post from Greg, and in a fit of his own goddamn guilt, in a fit of his own embarrassment, he had to jump in and protect his own cowardice because he knows what Greg Hackett was implying with that statement. So that he had to reckon with and deal with his own cowardice in that moment because he knows what Greg was alluding to. The whole folly and fuckery of this whole friendship in boxing so that we can't fight and challenge each other in boxing. So that he had to deal with his own embarrassment in that moment. And he had to jump in and intervene on the goddamn tweet. His fucking sassy chip went off in his mind and he couldn't control himself apparently because he knew damn well what Greg Hackett was inadvertently getting at, you know, and calling out the sucker shit and the sucker mentality of not being able to fight one's friend and the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? He is calling out the sucker shit that Core has been on. Talk about, oh, you know, oh, I love him with all of my fervor. You know what I mean? He's the apple of my eye. He's the cream of my coffee. I can't fight him. All that fucking sassy ass bullshit. So anyway, thank goodness I caught it in the nick of time, like I said, and I was able to get my screenshot of it to show with you guys today, right? Because it is no longer up, the statement that he made. Core most definitely deleted that motherfucker within seconds of posting it. All right, now let me get that for the good family. Hold on. You can't make this stuff up, good people. Sassy as it gets. Look at this, brothers and sisters. This is Greg. This is Greg. You know what I'm saying? Just getting up there and just, you know, positing his own thought. Okay. He says, Mason versus Bell proved you can fight and still be brothers afterward. Right. And I think that's almost verbatim what I believe that was the King Snoopy who said something like that earlier. Right. So here is Greg Hackett positing the same notion that the King Snoopy did just earlier today. Right. In the chat. This is Greg, and he's absolutely correct on that notion. Look at what the fuck Shakur Stevenson replies. This lame-ass, sassy-ass nigga says, y'all be lame. So a 33-year-old, look at this, y'all. Look at this shit. Look how sassy this is. So a 33-year-old and a 21-year-old is brothers? Definition of caught up in the hype. Do you see this shit? Do you see this fucking sassy ass, soft ass, chump ass shit? Do you see this fucking whole ass reply, ladies and gentlemen? Because Greg Hackett is saying warriorship is primary when it comes to real elite fighters. Warriorship is primary. Bell and Mason prove that you can fight and still be brothers afterwards. Where's the lie, ladies and gentlemen? Where did Greg Hackett lie? Where did any of us lie who have long been holding this disposition? He isn't the first to say it. All the cognizant and conscious folk have been saying this. All of the cognizant and conscious boxing diehards, such as ourselves, have been calling this shit out. Okay? And here's Shakur trying to attack, trying to chide their relationship. He's trying to discredit now the relationship between the young prince and Albert Bell. Oh, so a 33-year-old and a 21-year-old is brothers? Yes, nigga. The fuck? What the fuck does their age have to do with anything that they cannot be brothers and have, you know, an understanding and a respect and a love for each other and each other's families as men? What the fuck are you talking about? You sassy bitch. What the fuck does that have to do with any goddamn thing? Trying to take some old cheap shot at their brotherhood. So what? You and your fucking ADD goddamn Davis are the only ones that are entitled to have a fucking friendship? You got to be a certain amount of years apart to have a credible friendship with another man? Excuse me? I posit that what the young prince and what Bell have is an actual, credible, reputable friendship. Because they were willing to fight and face each other. Because they were willing to go through each other for their goals. Abdullah had to go through his brother in order to retain his championship. And Bell had to go through his brother to try to amass and aspire to championship. That's brotherhood to me. What the fuck puss ass time is this nigga called on to think otherwise? Who else would you want to go through except your brother, except somebody worthy? He don't know shit about that because he wants the easy fucking route to every goddamn thing. He wants it laid in his lap. This is the same nigga that's calling for Devin to lay his belt in Keyshawn's lap. Oh, just let him have it. Just give it to him. Let Keyshawn have it. He don't want to work for fucking thing. He don't want to work for shit. It has to be laid in his lap. And it has to be laid in ADD's goddamn lap, apparently. They don't want to pass through fire. They don't understand that fucking language because they some fucking simps. Sassy ass fucking cowards. Look at this old cheap shot this nigga taking. Oh, y'all see, I'll be lame. 33-year-old, 21-year-old brothers. Definition of caught up in the hype. What fucking hype, nigga? That was warriorship on display. They went through each other to earn their place on that battlefield. Somebody had to come up short. It happened to be Bell, but he put blood on the fucking floor like a real warrior should. You take soft fucking touches because you a soft nigga. That's the goddamn difference. Get that pussy ass shit the fuck out of here. I was revolted when I saw this earlier, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, excuse me? What? You trying to take some cheap shot at their brotherhood? Because you so fucking deficient mentally and spiritually and have no masculinity whatsoever enough to stand on your own level of courage and temerity that you're trying to now downgrade what they have as brothers? That's the most fucking chatty patty soft ass shit I've ever seen. Chatty fucking patty. That shit is crazy work, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely crazy work. And he deleted this within seconds. Within seconds. He had replied only a few minutes and then it was gone. This is the type of chump ass time this man is stepping on. He knows nothing about valor, nothing about merit, nothing about probity. It's ridiculous. I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, hell to the no. You know what I mean? This is the like. This is the like that we're dealing with. This is the lack of masculine guidance, masculine energy personified. He cannot personify that uprightness in masculinity because he is a fucking coward. And that old slick beard jive turkey got a stable, a handful of cowards. Talk about, oh, I got 2 shotguns, you know, you hear? Whatever fuckery he was talking about. What shotguns? Them niggas ain't popping off nothing. You ain't loading no fucking bullets in neither of them soft ass niggas. The fuck is the use or the good of a fucking shotgun without no fucking bullets, without no energy, without no heat inside of it? It's fucking pointless. What's the shotgun? I'm waiting for fucking smoke. I'm waiting for something to pop off with these niggas. These niggas is hauling ass, hiding under their goddamn beds from the smoke, hiding under their goddamn beds from that pressure. What? What shotgun? Absolute puss energy, brothers and sisters, from the slick beard jive turkey on down. Wactive squad is like crazy with the puss energy, you guys. Crazy. And you know what? This nigga E.T. Stevenson or ADD Davis, neither of those chumps will earn my respect. Neither of them, because they are out here trying to evade in real time that pressure with Devin Haney. They want no problems with that young king. None. Scared to absolute death, shaking in their boots at the thought of that man. How the hell you get in position, forced in position to be a mandatory? You're trying to squirm your way out of it. And also, as Beautiful King also let us in on, right? Because he is always studying and always researching. He done put us on to the fact, if you will call brothers and sisters, that this nigga motherfucking ADD Davis is not only was he unbeknownst, I don't know if it was unbeknownst to him in this new position, but that of course the Jive Turkey fucking put his ass number one at welterweight in the WBO. But the beautiful king already told us that this nigga is also out of nowhere and conveniently also now ranked in the fucking IBF. Out of goddamn nowhere. So that, do you see the play that's at hand, ladies and gentlemen? The fucking slick beard Jive Turkey has an out for Keyshawn Davis to avoid the smoke. The very position that he was forced into to be mandatory to Devin Haney has now a backdoor escape route to avoid the very man he mandated him to fight. Can you believe this? Everything is a charade and a circus and for show with these niggas. These niggas want no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. That's why there is a stark difference and a stark contrast, a jarring contrast and difference between people like the young king, between people like the young Prince Abdullah and his beautiful brothers, and the people like the other names that we could run the gamut on that we respect out here. Whoever you may like that's on that type of time. Stark difference, brothers and sisters, in character. There is merit and then there is no merit. You cannot be both and. You either have merit or you don't. There is no gray area in merit or valor in boxing. You either stand in 10 toes or you a puss. Period. And obviously that Wactive Squad crew is on some straight up puss time. They will never have my respect. That goddamn hot girl Summer Stevenson, E.T. Stevenson, oh, I'm so snatched Stevenson, will never have my respect. He has lost all and every level of value that I had placed upon him over the years. He has lost all of it with this fuckery that he has been undertaking. And as I've stated before, if that chump goes his entire run, his entire career without ever having faced the young king, he will remain disgraced to me. He will remain disgraced to me. And as far as that old ADD Davis, you know what I mean? Any air that he had in his little sails has completely evaporated. Whatever credibility he seemed to muster up, you know what I mean, for himself, the little energy and the little attention and attraction and buzz that he had garnered for himself over the past year or so is absolutely counterfeit. Null and void. Motherfucker is nothing more than a lackey, a gopher, an errand boy, a doja, a sucker, a willing fucking puppet for that old slick beard Jive Turkey, just like E.T. Stevenson is, except he's the lower tier. A whole lackey out here. He's a fucking dispenser for Shakur Stevenson, actually. The errand boy. Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And we see the jarring, stark contrast between masculine uprightness in boxing with Black elite warriorship versus when it is absolutely counterfeit or non-existent. That's the difference between people like the Mason Dynasty, people like the Young King, so forth and so on, and these chump-ass niggas. Black American excellence in boxing is on your screen. These are one of the examples of that. That's what we need to salute and uphold. Anything else is a fucking charade. And we got to start questioning these niggas more often. We got to start looking into this behavior, into these patterns, and asking what is going on here. That's not something that I will give my dollars, my hard-earned working dollars towards. We got to support the real when they in the building, brothers and sisters. And my good family already knows what I'm talking about. But for that extended boxing community who does not have the wherewithal, you know what I mean? Get in touch. Get in touch. Why is it that always with the elite Black warriorship, we have to have these expressions of inanity? Why does that always have to be present? Everybody else can just come into the sport and do boxing, but we got to be the fucking circus clowns. We find these few sprinkled in who have to be on the dumb, sassy ass shit. Expressions of effeminate epicene behavior. What is going on here? Why is it that other niggas and other people can just get up in here and just box and go for championship and win or lose and go train and go home to their family and wake up and do it all over again and just dedicate themselves to the sport? Meanwhile, when it comes to the elite black visibility in boxing, we got people undertaking all types of fucking charades and publicity stunts and fucking WW fucking E antics. And what is this? Just get to the fucking boxing. Did you niggas fight? What is this extra shit for? That shit pisses me off. Let me check in with the good family, see your thoughts on that. Do you guys agree with that? Like, why is it when it comes to us, elite black warriorship, any level of visibility that we can amass for ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We are seeing a select few notable people that we have considered to be of note and prominence, you know, engaging in these types of farcical, parodical, outputs and expressions in boxing. What is that? What is that? That's why the Masons and the Haneys and the like will have my respect 10 toes, unquestionably, because they ain't with all of that. They with legacy. They're like, oh, you think he's the best? Oh, he's the champ? Put him in front of me. ASAP. That's it. Simple as that. We ain't got to do all the fucking sassy ass goddamn tweeting and typing and goddamn back and forth. We ain't got to do all this goddamn gossiping and fucking hot girl summer behaviors and snatch waist goddamn contests. What is this? Trying to trick niggas out they fucking spot and making ridiculous demands and, oh, you got to vacate this and, oh, you got to jump higher and, oh, you got to put roses down. Oh, you got to heat up my bath water. What the fuck? Ladies and gentlemen, it's absolute buffoonery. Tell these niggas to get to the fucking boxing and leave the other shit for the birds. These are fucking chicken head ass niggas. Acting like straight up birds out here. Bird head ass niggas. It's crazy. Let me check in with the good fam. Good people. I am not with this type of time, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Yes, King DP. 304 promotions. Absolutely 304 promotions. Snatched waist promotions. Yeah, I mean, pretty in pink promotions. Okay. Oh, I'm so tight promotions. Get these niggas the fuck out of here, King DP. I'm sick of these dudes. Yes, great Mike. Straight puss. Absolute puss. King Bud says, Shook Stevenson says, there's no way him and Keyshawn could be friends after fighting. I smell boop. Absolutely. Puss energy. Puss energy. Everything is an excuse. Everything is an alibi to be used. Everything is a contrived, notion, a scheme that can be used for the avoidance of anything that he deems to be a threat, anything that holds a potential challenge to him. It's sickening. It's sickening that this man isn't being land-based from here to fucking Alabama about this shit on a regular and daily and consistent basis from the larger community. Us out here, we doing the work. You know what I mean? But these people out here willingly, lovingly being blinded, choosing to be blinded. You know what I mean? About what's going on. Can't wait to act like they don't see what's going on. Not on my goddamn watch. Yes, great Mike. He absolutely hit a nerve and struck a deep chord with his ass. That man ran in there with his pinky nails up in the air and just a huffing and puffing. Oh, what you mean? Oh, no, this is caught up in the hype. You caught up in the hype. Facts, mama love. Yeah, King DP. We need the Whack the Squad lawyers to chime in on this. What can they say? What can they say, King? What can they really say? How can this be? This is absolutely indefensible. What can you really say to defend any of this? These ridiculous ass notions, these fucking, crazy, sassy ass augmentations he's making to the stipulations. A new one every fucking 5 seconds. What is there to really defend? What is there really to defend, brothers and sisters? Nothing. Nothing that can convince any, intelligible person, coherent person, knowledgeable person, that this shit isn't a fucking, charade. You're not going to be able to convince anybody who's paying attention that this shit is acceptable in any way. In no way whatever. Yeah, rubber bullets, twin. That's what he got in that supposed, those supposed, shotguns he has. Get your ass the fuck out of here. He don't even have that. That nigga got glitter in them shits. Fuck out of here. Can't stand that old slick beard jive turkey. The king, Snoop says, fact, shotguns with no shells or firing pin. That shit ain't got nothing. That shit got bubble gum inside that shit. Fuck out of here. Crazy, crazy, crazy work. The great Mike says, it was a matter of time for Shakur to get exposed twice within a month with Shock and Devin. Absolutely. Absolutely. He's just smoke and mirrors. Absolute smoke and mirrors. And nothing will convince me of anything otherwise. Oh my goodness. I got a Cash App. Thank you so much, Mama Love. I received a notification for a Cash App. Thank you so much to the Mama Love for the support. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so, so much for your constant support. Appreciate you. This is, yes, IFF. Salute to you, by the way. He says the jig is up, completely up. Salute to the King Corbin. He says J Princess promo. J Princess Promotions. Right. For show. Oh, facts, DP. Talk to him, King. He says nobody in the building last night got up and walked out. Oops. Right. Unlike somebody we know. Right? Nonsense. But apparently, he's too young. He's trying to diminish and minimize his warriorship now. Oh, he's young. He's still growing, He's young. He's learning. Nigga, what the fuck are you learning? Except how to express more puss-ass goddamn tendencies by the day. How about you go learn to get some balls? Oh my God, this shit is cowardly, you guys. I can't stand it and I can't take it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to divulge with the good family today. In looking at these stark contrasts, like I said, us doing a juxtaposing of, the energy and the dynamic that we see in boxing, versus, what it looks like to not have that masculine uprightness as an elite Black warrior, you know what I'm saying? In addition to having the support of masculine energy by your side, and juxtaposing that against, of course, the backdrop of, what anything antithetical to that stands to breed. Okay? We got to look at these beautiful Mason brothers, the dynasty of the Masons. We got to look at the beautiful structure of DHP with the legendary Trill and, of course, the Young King and what that looks like, right? And all the other examples that we can pull out. But, of course, at the forefront for me, it's these two sects of Black elite warriorship with the guidance of a strong masculine presence in their energy, guiding that and carving out these warriors that we love and that we want to continue to support. That's important. You know what I mean? I'm all for the upliftment of elite uprightness in boxing, and anything standing antithetically to that in any way will not have my support or backing whatsoever. You know what I mean? If it's not coming 10 toes on the uprightness, on the pressure, on the heat, on the aspiration and the motivation towards legacy, it will not have my backing. Okay? And it will constantly be called out for what it is. Get that fucking sassy shit the fuck out of boxing. You know what I mean? On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I think I will end it there. I appreciate you guys so much for another wonderful conversation. It's lovely to see you all. Okay. My twin, Daryl Anderson. I got to big up my members, right? My original gunners, my twin, Daryl Anderson, my beautiful sis, Cammy Cam, my queen, Mama Love, Chiquita Fields, the great Mike up in the building. Okay. Who else we had up in here? We had the IFF King up in here. We had the King DP Rocker, 10 toes and big step. And we had my number one comrade up in here. My beautiful, beautiful, beautiful King BFTB came up in here and showed some love. Oh, yeah, we also had my sister, Queen Buxy Anna, come up in here earlier. I am so thankful. My big bro, Drew Titan, came up in here. Oh, hey, Roll Tide. Infinite blessings to you. I see you. I see you. Infinite blessings to everybody who came up in here. Of course, I couldn't name everybody off the top, but infinite blessings to all of you. I appreciate you so much. And I can't wait for another wonderful discourse on this sport that we love so much called boxing. I wish all of you a wonderful and prosperous, harmonious week ahead, right? And I will see you guys on the next one. Infinite blessings, infinite peace.